Hey guys, it's Sam here. So today I'm going to talk to y'all about what it means to get right with God. Honestly, I always thought that getting right with God meant to do what he expects from you, such as following all of his 10 commandments, avoiding sins, etc. However, that is not it. I read the book of Romans, and Romans 3:20 says, "For no one can ever be made right with God by doing what the law commands." The law simply shows us how sinful we are. Romans 3:22 says, "We are made right with God by placing our faith in Jesus Christ." In Romans 3:25, "We are made right with God when we believe that Jesus had died on the cross for our sins." Finally, Romans 3:26 concludes that we are made right with God through faith, not by obeying his laws. This is something that I try to keep in mind, and hopefully you guys do the same. To start getting right with God, you must put your faith in him. What does it mean to have faith, you may ask? To have faith, you must know that God is going to be with you through the trials, storms in your life. I mean, God didn't promise us a perfect life, meaning we weren't going to have any issues in our life, like minor or major. After all, 2 Corinthians 4:8-9 says, "We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed." Therefore, having faith isn't about believing that God is going to keep the storms from happening. It is about believing that he is going to be by your side through it all. You have to trust God, as that's the main part of having faith in him. A perfect example would be this one story from the book of Mark, when Jesus and his disciples were on a boat trying to go to the other side of the lake. While Jesus was sleeping, a storm had occurred. It is very obvious the disciples didn't have faith during that whole situation, as they were all like, "Oh, don't you care that we're going to drown?" Obviously, Jesus woke up right then and there and calmed the storm. The lesson of the story would be, as I said earlier, God didn't promise us a perfect life. So having faith isn't about believing that he's going to keep the storms from happening, but he's going to be with you through the whole storm. You aren't going through anything alone. Besides, Jesus says in Matthew 28:20, "I will be with you always, even to the end of age." Now, I'm not so sure if this is really relevant or off topic, but I'm going to say it anyways. Keep in mind that everything in life is temporary. So like all the storms you go through in life will eventually end. I personally have witnessed God being by my side through my storms, especially when, all right, I'm just going to put it this way. I have a whole lot of trauma, especially like friendship wise, which all started when I was in elementary. And so with all the trauma I was going through, I was just in this stage full of sadness and despair for quite a long time. Over time, though, I overcame it. How? God had stuck by my side through it all. And he had helped me overcome all that like sadness and despair I had in my heart. I don't know if you have witnessed God by your side, or I mean, hopefully you have, but if you haven't, then hopefully one day you do. One last verse I want to share that can be quite relevant to this whole topic would be Isaiah 41:10, which says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, help you, and uphold you with my righteous right hand." Anyways, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.